Hello everyone, Dr. Kellie Cassidy, Clinical Psychologist and owner at Cassidy Psychology in Mount Pleasant and Canning Vale. As you may know, all this month we've been talking to you about how to change unhelpful habits that you might have had in your life. So last day, or almost the last day of the month, last working day of the month today. So I wanted to talk about maintaining those gains that you might have been making. So maybe you've chosen a habit that you want to improve in your life. Maybe it's to do with exercise, as an example. And you've been going really well for a week or so, but then you start to notice that little problems are cropping up and you're not achieving those goals that you set out. So I just wanted to offer a few tips today on what you can do when that happens, because quite often that is what happens when people want to change a habit. They start off really well for a few days and then everything falls apart. And often I find it comes down to the planning, that people haven't invested the time in figuring out how they're going to make that change, because habits that we get involved with, they involve a really complex, often behavioral sequence. We don't really realize it in the background, but it's something that we've trained ourselves to do. And so we've got to untrain ourselves and teach ourselves a new behavioral sequence in order to make that effective change in our life. So if you haven't taken the time to put the planning in, that's often the first place where things might start to fall apart, okay? So really suggest that you take the time to plan ahead. Think about where the problems might be. So if you've decided you want to exercise more, then think about when's the best time for that to happen. Do I have to make sure I get my exercise gear out and put it next to my bed so it's there when I wake up? Or do I have to book in with a friend so that I make sure that I'm not going to let them down, and that's going to make you more likely to do it? You know, there's lots of different ways to solve it, but think about where the pressure points might be for you and make sure that you've found a way around them, essentially. So that's the first thing. Make sure you've got a plan. The next thing is accountability. Make sure that you have a way to check in on yourself. Now, it might be that you just check in yourself, and you might schedule in a check-in each week at a certain time. Put a reminder in your phone, perhaps. How am I going with my goal of changing my habit? Or it might be that you use other people for that accountability, that you tell other people about your goal and you know that they'll ask you. Or like I was saying with going exercising with a friend, well, that adds a layer of accountability because you don't want to let them down. So having accountability is also going to be something that might help you to be more successful. Another suggestion I have is that goal or that change you want to make, try and make it visual somehow. Put it up on the fridge or on your desk at work, or wherever it is that you need a reminder about that new thing that you're wanting to do in your life. Often visual reminders are far more effective and just a way for us to see what's going on and go, oh, yep, that's right, I want to do that. They're probably the three main things: having a plan and identifying the solutions for that and where the problems might be, having that sense of accountability, knowing what your goals are and making them visual. They're the things that are likely to motivate you. Probably one that I would add to that, actually, now that I think about it, is often sometimes we need some sort of reward. So have you built in a reward system for yourself? If it's exercising, I don't know, maybe you might want to, once you've exercised consistently for a week, your reward is to go and buy yourself a new piece of clothing, or who knows what it might be. The thing about rewards is that they need to be motivating for you. So that could be another way to help keep you on track. So they're my four top tips for staying motivated when you're trying to change a habit in your life. I hope that you do find them helpful. Do look out for our other information on our website or on our Facebook page that we've been putting out about habits. If you haven't already seen those, please do check them out. As always, please send questions through to us as well. More than happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, I will go, and as always, we are always working together with you to help you flourish and thrive. I will look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Bye for now.